You said, and it's not what your party has said.
That is simply
your party
a lie.
doesn't.
I want to make sure.
Graduated last in your class, not first in your class.
Present.
Are you talking about Hunter? Are you talking about Hunter?
I'm talking about my son, Beau Biden. You're talking about.
I don't know, Beau.
Keep yapping, man.
The people understand, Joe.
When he does things like this, that pretty much means he feels confident about something. When he keeps his hands open and he does this, that also means he feels confident. When you notice that he keeps his hands closed and tight, that usually means he doesn't feel comfortable. In addition to that, a lot of times he'll use his opposing hand, like his non-dominant hand, and you can tell when he's using his non-dominant hand that he doesn't feel or believe in what he's saying. He'll make a gesture, something like this, this means I don't know, when he's saying something emphatically. So when there's that gigantic incongruency, you recognize he's weaving lies into the truth or truth into the lies.
Before he refused to denounce white supremacy, he shrugged about it, and it was just a couple seconds before, so I knew he wasn't going to do anything. And the shrug indicates that he doesn't, there's uncertainty there, and he probably doesn't believe what he's saying.
Boys, stand back and stand by, but I'll tell you what.
I'm going to tell them to stand down and stand by. And so what, in essence, I took away from that is, so you do believe in them and you're keeping them on the sidelines in case you need them. He never really misspeaks unless he wants you to think he misspoke.
This gesture is phony because it shows anger. It's inappropriate. It's contrived.
People know what to do. They can social distance. They can wash their
Scratching
hands,
himself. He's nervous.
They can do whatever they want. But they got to open these states up.
He's not paying attention. You need to be paying attention to what your opponent says so you can answer. You can communicate. Now see, he's taught, this is inappropriate. He goes and he talks to the camera and he's telling.
He still hasn't even acknowledged.
You need to talk, when you're debating, you talk to the other person.
Biden looked directly into the camera. And that's so important because what it does is it makes us at home feel like we're having just a one-on-one conversation.
When he started talking about his masks, the mask, and he pulled his mask out, he actually showed some fear on his face. The corners of your mouth go back, and it's not a smile that says fear. He's actually scared to wear a mask. Now, we don't know why. Is it because he's afraid he's going to look weak or something else? Like, we don't know. Biden gave us less to work with. And yes, he has a bit of a stutter. It didn't show up until he started talking about racial equality.
Yes,
and speech error rate is a higher indication of deception than body language. And so that's where I go, wait a minute, he may not be personally as committed to race equality as the other issues.
President Trump did a phenomenal job. We worked with the governor. Oh, really? Go take a look. The governor said.
See, when he's lost, he laughs instead of dealing with it and communicating it.
Does it make Biden look weak? And to some people, it could. Or to other people, does it make it look like whatever is coming from the other side is so ridiculous, he can't even help but laugh. Like, it's so far from the truth. And so there's a fine line of interpretation there that's going to play out with each individual.
When Trump is talking, he's aggressive. He leans forward into the mic, and we don't notice that with Biden. Biden kind of stands up straight, so it becomes a problem because Trump looks much stronger than Biden does. It was a very negative dynamic for Trump because he kept interrupting, and that makes you seem like you have no impulse control.
I think that Trump won, hands down. He was more passionate. He was more articulate. His gestures matched what he said. He was emotional at emotional points, and he brought it out.
Donald Trump looked like the entire night he was just yelling at Joe Biden or yelling at Chris Wallace. I don't see that as confidence. I see it as arrogance, and I see it as overbearing. So I think when it comes down to it, it's not a matter of, do you support Trump? It's, do you support his policies? Do you support Biden? Do you support his policies? And there's a big disconnect because people aren't looking at policies, they're looking at personalities.
Did they give us a good idea of what their presidency would be like? I think Trump was completely spot on in chaos, not rule following, and running over people doing whatever he wanted at any point. And as far as Biden, I think he showed more restraint and I think both of them, as far as telling us what's to come, because we got to pick for one or the other, I would give them a perfect 10.
You're the
way,
worst
you were a
president
vice-
America has ever had.
Hey,
Come
Joe,
on.
in 47 months, I've done more than you've done in 47 years, Joe.